Hi, my name is Brent Gray and I'm the Principal at Mount Summit Springburn School. We were involved in the Accelerated Literacy Learning project for the first time in 2014, and now we're nearing the end of our ALL intervention for 2015 as a second year school. After being involved in 2014 and seeing the success of what was going on with our all intervention teacher and the group that she was working with, we decided that we wanted to go school-wide with the approach early in 2015, getting new staff on board and changing the teaching practice within those classrooms so that we could see those benefits for more of our children. Although we did work with intervention groups within 2015, the change in teacher practice was something we talked about so that we could see this happening for all children when in 2016, and when we're carrying on with this, that this will benefit more children and it'll be a natural part of what's happening in the class program rather than just an intervention. I guess the ALL program has been an opportunity not just to accelerate the learning of priority learners, but also to improve the pedagogy of the teaching staff as a whole. The point of ALL is that it will engender long-lasting school-wide change rather than simply being forgotten about after this intervention. One of the crucial things about the intervention has been, and the classroom practice, is the change that we've seen as we've developed. And it was a very fluid process because a couple of weeks in, even last year, and a couple of weeks in this year in our interventions and what we were doing in classes, we found that we were still making some incorrect assumptions as to where children were at. So that prompted a change in our school-wide testing, so that we had something that would follow the children through, so that we had a good gauge of what was going on each year for them, that we weren't second guessing where they were at, and that when they came to the teacher next year, that the teacher could trust and knew that the data they were getting was going to put them in the right place for starting with those children the following year. I guess change in teacher practice doesn't necessarily come quickly, and we didn't want teachers thinking that their practice wasn't good. We all just needed to be working to a core set of beliefs about what we wanted to achieve. How we get there might be slightly different from class to class, but there's enough of the same stuff going on that teachers can openly discuss what is working and what isn't, and that the students have an idea of where they are headed and why. Continued professional development, sharing of knowledge, professional readings, interactions with families and whānau, they're all really crucial to the success of what we're trying to achieve. And although it's not perfect, the results of the interventions and then the whole class change and achievement that we're seeing tell us that we're on the right track. This needs dedicated, self-reflective teachers who are learners themselves and are making this possible by them thinking about their practice, what's working, what's not, what they can try. This, along with the backing of our parents and resourcing from our Board of Trustees, have made this change in practice possible and beneficial to all involved. So as we wrap up 2015 and start looking at the impact that it's had on our classes, now we're looking forward to 2016 and saying, well, okay, what have we learned? How's this going to work when we've got those intervention groups, not as withdrawal groups, but are back in our classes as well? What does that mean for them being around children who are learning well? How can we incorporate the learning that we've done within the project to make sure that it's benefiting more children, and that hopefully by what we're doing earlier, that we don't see or don't need some of these interventions to some degree that we've had in the past. Obviously, being a school that is transient in nature in terms of the children coming through it, we know that we're always going to have children that we would rather see in intervention groups, but we believe that what we're doing in our classroom practice is giving the children the skills and knowledge to be better learners, especially in reading where the focus has been, and that we know that that will then have an impact on the other learning that they're doing. So all in all, the teachers have made a huge difference to what's going on in the classroom, and that's by them being able to look at themselves, be reflective, and take the opportunity to learn from each other, learn from what's going on in other places, and be willing to question themselves before they go forward.